So the Morris Ital van had a fantastic day yesterday with the owners, Jim and Jennifer, and we filmed it all for the Bangers and Cash TV programme, which is going to come out. I don't know if it'll be featured in this year's or perhaps early part of next year's programmes, but it certainly will be. Fantastic backstory. So we think it's probably the last one official Royal Mail van. We're pretty sure it can be, but please do your own homework and so forth. Now the backstory is Jim worked for the Royal Mail for 40 odd years. The last few years of his service was in PR. He had the van for his own personal use. He kept it garaged at home, always kept it mint as it is today, kept it lovely clean. And basically, Jim was wheeled out to go and do any PR work for the post office with the van. I believe it was his van before that, so I think Jim's actually had a connection with the van for years. And then finally left the post office, tried to buy the van because of sort of sentimental attachment and so forth. And they weren't very keen on selling him the van, which is not very nice, is it? So Jim followed the van to auction and bought the van from the auction house, not us. This is all a number of years ago. And then it all started again. So then, oh, there's some numbers down there. Another number there. So, and then started its sort of second life really as a show vehicle and fundraising, and they've been everywhere. They've had years with the van. It was a massive wrench. It's age that's caught up with them, that's all. And it's now time for someone else to take up the story. So there's a huge box of information which is going to take you a weekend to read through. I've just sort of started briefly, and then we've got some other bits and pieces about the van. I'll put that on the windscreen. That tells you the brief history of the van. There's Jim, obviously a magazine article there with the van. They've been all over. They've been all over. Been into Europe with the van. They've been into Ireland with the van. All on jollies and raising money at the same time, which is just great. They put a new stainless steel exhaust on it last year, I think he said. It's been MOT'd every year. It's been kept in their garage, wrapped up, and well-known van. But it's time for its sort of third life, I suppose. There's one or two little bits. I'll just take you around. Just a little bit there on there. You can just see there. And there's a little bit down this offside gutter. But again, if it's kept as it has been, if it's kept nice and dry or put on display, then it's not going to get any worse. Failing that, you may have to just, before it does get any worse, you may have to just address one or two little bits around it. But yeah, fantastic. Lovely story, lovely van. Where do you find them? You just don't, do you? But like I say, do your homework, because it's reckoned to be the last one. There certainly isn't going to be many, is there? That's for sure. They've got authorization to carry on with the livery and so forth. That may have to be swapped over to the new custodian, the new owner. But it's all legit, it's all there. Like I say, they're a couple of very well known around the Ital Marina group and so forth for all the pleasure they brought to many with the van. Your chance to buy it. Your first chance to buy it, really, ever. And probably your last chance to buy it for the next 10 or 15 years, quite likely, I would think. But a usable museum piece, isn't it? Either or, you could put it on display and it would create tremendous interest if you've got a big collection of cars, or I mean, what a talking point when you go out around the shows. Everyone loves a van, don't they? Everyone loves a commercial. They'll walk past a car and they'll walk to a commercial, because commercials tell a story before you even get there, don't they? I mean, if this van could speak... Oh, one last thing before I sign off. One of the most important bits is the handbook. Now, we've got in here, I haven't read it from start to finish, but we've got dates, we've got times, we've got where it's been, what it's done, how much fuel it's used, the whole caboodle, right the way through. Apparently, whenever the van went out on a trip back in the day, you had to keep a logbook, and this is it. There's a new logbook actually for the new owners to continue on with, which is supplied. But there you go, tells you signatures, signs, where it's done, what it's been doing, where they've been with it. There you go, tells you all the things there. Isn't that lovely? So no, that was carried on by Jennifer and Jim after the connection with the official connection with the post office. It's all there, all logged, taking you right the way up to, I think it's about 96,000 miles now. Look at it, all of it, everything, where they've been, what they've done. 92,000. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? 96, there we are. 97, I think we're getting to the end of it now. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, autumn run, 98,000, there you go. Isn't that fantastic? So there we are. Next step is to come down, have a look, see what you think, get yourself all excited.